Water delivery suspended to an Indian reservation in Nevada mine battle. It was uncharacteristically urgent. It was an uncharacteristically urgent demand at the federal Superfund site, where the cleanup of an abandoned World War II era mine has dragged on for 2 decades, and progress is measured at best in years. All right. Atlanta Richfield, owner of the former Anaconda copper mine, was suddenly halting the free home delivery of bottled water it's provided since 2004 to about 100 residences on the neighboring American Indian reservation in Nevada, where scientists continue to track the movement of a poisonous plume of groundwater. It is imperative that these deliveries do not take place The Yerington Paiute tribe alleges the abrupt change was retaliation for its fight against a recent move that puts the state and the company in charge of cleaning up the mine site instead of the Federal Environmental Protection Agency. Over the tribe's staunch objections, the EPA in February backed off plans. I believe that this is dismissive, arrogant act means to punish us by cutting off our water in an attempt to pressure us to stop fighting for our legal rights. So, this is my first time hearing about this. So, perhaps some of you guys can help me through it, because I'm just learning this for the first time, and some of you are more familiar with this than I am. The way I'm understanding this, they're dealing with contaminated groundwater, so they need water delivered. Water's been delivered since 2004. That has been cut off recently. So they cut off their water supply, and this is likely in retaliation because they want the state to properly oversee a project because of the environmental risks involved. Do I have this right? Is that what's going on? And let me know if I'm missing something. I mean, that's my understanding of this. And I'm at a loss for words as to how freaking ridiculous that is. You want to make sure something's done safely? Well, guess what? No more water. Who does that? The people that run this country. That's who. That's who. Wow. Sheesh. What goes on to, I mean, it's unbelievable. And this is a loss of innocence for me. I mean, I can't speak for anyone else. I can only speak for myself, but it's like, you're blown away when you find out what really goes on in Native American communities. I mean, it's, and I know this happens everywhere, but in particular, I mean, what our government and our leadership does to Native American communities, what they do to immigrants in general. I mean, remember that thing we covered the other day where ICE officials were going around kicking over bottles of water that were because they were intended for people that were crossing the border, kicking over the water. With Scott Pruitt's EPA, you might not get a good investigation either, but at least you have a shot. Yeah, you have a shot. It's not a good one. Their analysis is going to be, does this cut enough corners? That's what their analysis is going to be. And there are organizations, this To lighten things up a little bit, Bruce, thank you for the super chat contribution. And Bruce says, this mic smells like cheese and kind of looks like a mouse. Lucy's still here. She's hanging in. I mean, that's psychotic. Hey, they want to oversee this project, and they're really they're not too cool on the EPA because they know it's totally bought out. What should we do? I know, cut off their water supply. Don't give them water. Wow. Let me sure I give this a retweet. Guys, okay, I already sent it. All right, good. We're gonna end on that because we're totally out of time. I mean, mull that in your head a little bit. Take that home with you. This is May Day. We're talking about trying to make a better world for workers. We're talking about trying to make a better world for all of us. And whether you like it or not, guys, and I know a lot of you do, but everything we talked about today is very much connected because instead of talking about what's going on in Rita's a friend. She's really cool. No one's talking about her. I dig her. She's got a good vinyl collection. All right. Instead of talking about what's really going on in Reno, what's going on in Gallinal, what's going on in Flint, our media would rather bully a Green Party candidate for having the nerve to think she's entitled to democracy and that she has First and Fifth Amendment rights. And this is the problem. This is the problem. This is what's going on reservations. Stuff like this. They deny people water. They don't deliver water if you want to do something that they don't like. We don't even know how many Native American women go missing a year or are victims of rape or murder. We don't even know because there's no record kept on it. None. And they do stuff like this. And I bet more stuff like this goes on that we don't even hear about. There's definitely police brutality that goes on at those reservations that we never hear about. So guys, hug somebody close to you. Hey guys, thanks for watching. That was a clip from Get Your News On with Ron, the world's first viewer-curated streaming news show. What does that mean? That means I log on to a stream and people tweet me articles over on Twitter at Ron Placone, or they use our Reddit subsection, which is just Get Your News On with Ron over on Reddit. And that's how we build the show. I'm seeing all these articles for the first time. We are literally getting our news on together. Follow me on Twitter at Ron Placone so you can participate. And this show streams live every Tuesday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please do tune in. If you want to support this show, you can do so over on patreon.com/Ron Placone, where for as low as $1 a month, you get access to exclusive podcasts every week, exclusive videos, free tickets to shows when I'm performing in your town, and more for as low as $1 a month. Please do consider it. Thank you so much for your support. This has been Get Your News On with Ron.